Good morning everyone and welcome to our channel. Today we are embarking on a very special kind of journey together. For the next 7 days, I decided to completely change my morning routine. I adopted the morning habits of some of the longest living people on our planet, the Centenarians from the Blue Zones. This was my personal 1-week anti-aging experiment, and I am going to share every single detail with you. We will explore what they do, why they do it, and most importantly, how it made me feel. Before we begin this journey into a week of Centenarian mornings, I have a simple question for you all. What is one small thing you currently do in your morning that helps you start your day on the right foot? It could be anything from enjoying a cup of tea to looking out the window for a moment. Please share your morning ritual in the comments below, as I love learning from you as well. Let's begin with day 1 of the experiment. I woke up on the first day feeling a sense of purpose and a little bit of anticipation. The first rule of a Centenarian morning is to start with gentle hydration. This does not mean grabbing a cold glass of water from the fridge. Instead, the focus is on warm water, often with a squeeze of fresh lemon. So the very first thing I did was head to the kitchen and heat some water, making sure it was pleasantly warm, not boiling hot. I squeezed about half a lemon into the mug and sat down to drink it slowly before anything else entered my system. The warmth itself was immediately comforting, a much kinder way to wake up the stomach compared to a jolt of cold liquid. The lemon adds a refreshing taste, but it also provides a good boost of vitamin C. A single lemon can give you about half of the recommended daily intake of vitamin C, which is like getting the vitamin C from a small, juicy orange before your day has even truly begun. This vitamin is a powerful antioxidant, which means it helps protect your body's cells from damage. Think of it as a little shield for your body, helping to guard against the wear and tear of daily life. This simple drink also helps to get your digestive system moving in a very gentle and natural way. After finishing my warm lemon water, the next step was not to turn on the television or check my phone. The second habit was gentle movement to awaken the body. Centenarians do not typically engage in high-intensity workouts first thing in the morning. Their movement is more about restoring flexibility and encouraging blood flow after a long night of rest. I found a quiet spot in my living room and began with some very simple stretches. I started with slow neck rolls, gently tilting my head from side to side to release any tension from my sleep. Then I moved to shoulder shrugs, lifting them up to my ears and then letting them drop down and relax. This simple movement helps to loosen up the entire upper back area where we often hold a lot of stress. I followed this with some gentle spinal twists while seated, just turning my upper body to look over one shoulder and then the other. This is not about forcing anything, but rather about gently coaxing your spine into movement. The whole routine took no more than 10 minutes, but the effects were profound. I could feel the stiffness in my joints begin to melt away. It felt like I was lubricating my body from the inside out, preparing it for the day ahead. This type of gentle stretching also signals to your nervous system that it is time to transition from a state of rest to a state of calm alertness. Unlike a jarring alarm clock, this practice honors the body's natural rhythm of waking up. The combination of internal hydration and external movement on that first morning left me feeling incredibly clear and centered. There was no rush, no stress, just a quiet and deliberate start to the day. I noticed I was less groggy than usual and felt more physically present and aware. This foundation set a positive tone for the rest of my day, and I understood why these 2 simple habits are a cornerstone of a long and healthy life. On day 2, I woke up ready to build upon the foundation of day 1. I started again with my warm lemon water and my 10 minutes of gentle stretching. It felt even better the second time, as my body recognized the pleasant routine. Today's new addition was focusing on a true Centenarian breakfast, which is all about nutrient density. In many Blue Zones, breakfast is not a small affair. It is a substantial meal designed to provide lasting energy. The key is that it is packed with fiber, healthy fats and plant-based proteins, with very little sugar or processed flour. I opted for a classic bowl of slow-cooked oatmeal, but with very specific and purposeful additions. The base was whole-rolled oats, not the instant kind that can be high in sugar. Oats are a fantastic source of a special type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. This fiber is a true powerhouse for health. It works like a tiny sponge in your digestive system. It helps to gently lower bad cholesterol and is wonderful for keeping your blood sugar levels stable throughout the morning. This means you avoid that mid-morning energy crash that often comes after a sugary breakfast like a pastry or sweetened cereal. To the cooked oatmeal, I added a handful of mixed berries, specifically blueberries and raspberries. Berries are famous for their high concentration of antioxidants, particularly compounds called anthocyanins. These are the compounds that give berries their rich dark colors, and they are brilliant at protecting our brain cells. Think of antioxidants as your body's internal maintenance crew, constantly working to repair damage and keep everything running smoothly. Eating a cup of mixed berries provides a wealth of these protective compounds, helping to keep your mind sharp. Next, I added a small handful of chopped walnuts for healthy fats and a bit of crunch. Walnuts are one of the best plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids. These fats are crucial for reducing inflammation throughout the body and are especially important for heart and brain health. Just a small handful of walnuts, about 7 whole nuts, provides more than the entire daily requirement of the plant-based omega-3 fat known as ALA. This is like giving your brain its favorite food to ensure it operates at its best. Finally, I sprinkled a little bit of cinnamon on top. Cinnamon is more than just a tasty spice. It has been shown to help with blood sugar regulation and has anti-inflammatory properties. I sat down and ate this breakfast slowly, savoring each bite, which is another important aspect of the Centenarian lifestyle. The difference in how I felt compared to my usual quick piece of toast was remarkable. The energy from this meal was slow, steady, and sustained. I felt genuinely full and satisfied for hours, with no desire to snack before lunchtime. My mind felt clearer and more focused, and I could tell my body was happy with the high-quality fuel I had provided. This breakfast was not just about filling my stomach. It was about nourishing every cell in my body. It was a lesson in understanding that food is not just calories. It is information that tells your body how to function. By choosing a breakfast rich in fiber, antioxidants, and healthy fats, I was sending my body a message of health and vitality, setting the stage for a day of stable energy and clear thinking. Day 3 arrived, and I was genuinely looking forward to my new morning ritual. The warm lemon water and stretching had already become a comforting and non-negotiable part of my morning. After my nutrient-packed oatmeal, it was time to introduce the next layer of the Centenarian morning, nurturing the mind. This part of the routine is less about what you consume and more about what you cultivate. The focus for day 3 was on mindfulness and social connection. Many of the world's longest-lived people incorporate some form of quiet reflection or meditation into their day. This does not have to be a complicated hour-long practice. It can be as simple as finding a quiet place to sit for 5 to 10 minutes and just be present. So, I found a comfortable chair by a window where I could see the trees outside. I closed my eyes, but not all the way, and focused on the simple sensation of my own breathing. I noticed the feeling of the air entering my body and the feeling of it leaving my body. When my mind wandered to my to-do list or worries about the day, I gently guided my attention back to my breath. The goal was not to have an empty mind, but to simply observe my thoughts without getting carried away by them. This practice of mindfulness is incredibly powerful for managing stress. When we are chronically stressed, our bodies produce a hormone called cortisol. Over time, high levels of cortisol can contribute to almost every age-related health problem, from heart disease to memory loss. Taking just a few minutes to sit in quiet and breathe deeply helps to lower cortisol levels and activates the body's relaxation response. It's like pressing a reset button for your nervous system first thing in the morning. After these few minutes of quiet, I felt a sense of peace and calm that is often missing from our hectic modern mornings. The second part of this mental wellness routine was social connection. Strong social ties are a universal trait among centenarians. They are deeply connected to their family, friends, and community. This connection provides a sense of purpose and belonging that is profoundly beneficial for health. To incorporate this, my task was to make a meaningful social connection before starting my work for the day. I chose to call my sister, not with a specific purpose or agenda, but simply to check in and have a chat. We spoke for about 15 minutes about nothing and everything. We laughed about a shared memory, and made a plan to see each other soon. That simple phone call had an immediate and uplifting effect on my mood. Connecting with a loved one releases a hormone called oxytocin, which is sometimes called the love hormone or bonding hormone. Oxytocin helps to lower stress and promotes feelings of trust and well-being. It is the biological antidote to feelings of loneliness and isolation, which can be so detrimental to our health as we age. By the time I finished the call, I felt not only calm from the meditation but also happy and connected. This combination of inner peace and outer connection created a powerful buffer against the potential stresses of the day. Day 3 taught me that a healthy morning is not just about physical health, but also about mental and emotional well-being. Taking the time to calm the mind and connect with another person is a profound investment in a long and happy life, proving that some of the most powerful anti-aging tools are not things we buy, but feelings we cultivate. By the time day 4 rolled around, I felt like I was truly getting into the rhythm of this new lifestyle. The morning routine of water, stretching, a nourishing breakfast and quiet reflection was becoming second nature. Today's task was to address a component that, while not always a morning habit, is a critical part of the Centenarian health puzzle: targeted supplementation. It is important to say that supplements are meant to supplement or add to a healthy diet, not replace it. However, as we get older, our bodies can become less efficient at absorbing certain nutrients from food. Based on extensive research into the health of aging populations, there are 2 key supplements that consistently stand out for their benefits: vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids. So, with my breakfast, I incorporated these 2 supplements into my routine. Let's first talk about vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin, because our bodies can produce it when our skin is exposed to sunlight. However, many of us, especially older adults and those in less sunny climates, do not get enough sun exposure to produce adequate amounts. Vitamin D is absolutely essential for bone health because it helps our bodies absorb calcium. Without enough vitamin D, our bones can become weak and brittle, leading to a higher risk of fractures. But its benefits go far beyond bones. It also plays a crucial role in our immune system, helping our bodies fight off infections. The recommended amount for older adults is often around 800 to 1,000 international units or IU per day. To put that into perspective, getting that much from food alone is incredibly challenging. You would have to eat about 6 ounces of salmon, which is a very large portion, or drink 8 full glasses of fortified milk every single day to reach that target. For most people, that is simply not realistic, which is why a supplement can be so helpful. I took my vitamin D supplement, feeling like I was giving my bones and my immune system a crucial tool to stay strong. The second supplement I took was a high-quality fish oil capsule rich in omega-3 fatty acids. We talked about getting some omega-3s from walnuts, but the most potent and beneficial types, known as EPA and DHA, are found primarily in fatty fish. These specific omega-3s are like a superfood for your brain and your cardiovascular system. They are one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories we know of. Chronic low-grade inflammation is now understood to be a major driver of many age-related diseases. Think of it as a small silent fire constantly burning inside your body, and omega-3s are like the fire extinguisher. They also help to keep blood vessels flexible, support healthy blood pressure, and are a key structural component of our brain cells. A common recommended dose for general health is around 1,000 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA. To get this amount from your diet, you would need to eat a generous serving of a fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, herring, or sardines at least 3 to 4 times a week. Since this can be difficult for many people to achieve consistently, a good fish oil supplement can bridge that gap. Taking this capsule felt like I was actively working to soothe inflammation and provide my brain with the building blocks it needs to stay sharp and healthy. It is important to note that before starting any new supplements, it is always wise to speak with a healthcare provider. They can help you determine the right dose for your individual needs. Day 4's lesson was about being proactive and strategic with our health. While a foundation of good diet and lifestyle is paramount, targeted supplementation can provide essential nutrients that become harder to obtain as we age. It was a reminder that sometimes a little bit of modern science can be a wonderful partner to ancient wisdom in our quest for a long and vibrant life. We've reached day 5 of the experiment, and the cumulative effects were becoming very clear. I was waking up with more energy, my mood was more stable, and I felt a general sense of well-being. The established routine of hydration, movement, a good breakfast, and mindfulness was a solid anchor for my day. Today's centenarian habit moves beyond the personal and into the realm of purpose. The new addition was to engage in a purposeful morning chore, often one that involves light physical activity and a connection to one's environment. In the blue zones, this is often something like gardening, tending to animals, or even just walking to a local market. This ties into the Japanese concept of ikigai, which can be translated as a reason for being. Having a sense of purpose is a powerful predictor of longevity. It is the feeling that you are needed and that you are contributing to something beyond yourself. So, my task for the morning was to engage in an activity that was not just for me, but that also served a purpose for my home or my small community. I chose to spend 30 minutes tending to my small patio garden. I watered the plants, pulled out some weeds that had sprung up, and pruned some dead leaves from my tomato plants. This activity may seem simple, but it was rich with benefits. First, it involved light, but varied physical movement. I was bending, squatting, reaching, and using my hands, all of which contribute to maintaining mobility and dexterity. This is a form of natural movement, which is far more sustainable for most people than a forced gym workout. It did not feel like exercise, it felt like a pleasant and productive task. Second, it connected me with nature. There is a growing body of evidence showing that spending time in green spaces, or even just interacting with plants, can lower stress levels, improve mood, and reduce blood pressure. Feeling the soil in my hands and seeing the green of the leaves had a grounding and calming effect. It was a form of active meditation where my mind was focused on the simple task at hand. Third, and perhaps most importantly, it provided that sense of purpose. By caring for these plants, I was helping them to thrive so they could later provide food. This small act of nurturing something outside of myself gave me a feeling of satisfaction and contribution. It reinforced the idea that my actions matter and have a positive impact, however small. This feeling is a powerful antidote to the feelings of uselessness or irrelevance that can sometimes creep in as people get older and their life roles change. I could have chosen other activities as well, such as tidying up the living room to create a more pleasant space for my family, or preparing a pot of soup to share with a neighbor later in the day. The key is that the activity has a clear and positive outcome and involves a bit of physical effort. After my 30 minutes in the garden, I came inside feeling refreshed and accomplished. I had not only moved my body, but also nurtured my environment and my spirit. Day 5 was a powerful lesson in the psychology of aging well. It taught me that staying active is not just about keeping the body moving, but also about keeping the mind engaged with meaningful, purposeful tasks. Our reason for getting up in the morning is just as important as the physical health of our bodies, and cultivating that purpose is a cornerstone of a long and fulfilling life. Welcome to day 6 of my week-long immersion into the morning habits of the world's longest living people. By this point, the routine felt less like an experiment and more like a natural and enjoyable way to live. The integration of all the previous day's habits, hydration, movement, nutrition, mindfulness, connection, and purpose, had created a powerful synergistic effect. Today I was introducing another cornerstone of many centenarian diets, a simple yet profoundly healthy beverage, green tea. While many of us in the Western world reach for coffee first thing in the morning, in places like Okinawa, Japan, a blue zone famous for its longevity, green tea is the preferred morning drink. So after my breakfast, instead of my usual cup of coffee, I sat down to enjoy a thoughtfully prepared cup of green tea. I heated the water until it was just steaming, not boiling, as boiling water can make the tea taste bitter. I let the tea bag steep for about 3 minutes to get the full benefits without overdoing it. The experience of drinking it was different from coffee. It was lighter, more refreshing, and had a calming quality to it. But the real magic of green tea lies in its incredible chemical composition. Green tea is loaded with powerful compounds called polyphenols, and the most famous among them is a catechin known as epigallocatechin galati, or EGCG. EGCG is one of the most potent antioxidants discovered in food. It works at a cellular level to protect your body from oxidative stress, which is a key factor in aging and the development of chronic diseases. Drinking green tea is like giving your body a gentle internal cleanse, helping to neutralize harmful free radicals. Furthermore, studies have shown that the compounds in green tea are very beneficial for heart health. They can help to improve cholesterol levels, support healthy blood pressure, and keep the lining of your blood vessels smooth and flexible, which is crucial for good circulation. It's like a gentle tonic for your entire cardiovascular system. Green tea is also wonderful for brain health. It contains an amino acid called L-theanine, which has a fascinating effect on the brain. L-theanine can increase the activity of the calming neurotransmitter GABA, as well as dopamine and alpha waves in the brain. This leads to a state of calm alertness. Unlike the sometimes jittery buzz from coffee, the caffeine in green tea works in tandem with L-theanine to provide a more stable, gentle lift in energy and focus without the subsequent crash. A typical cup of green tea has about 25 to 30 milligrams of caffeine. To compare, a standard cup of brewed coffee can have anywhere from 95 to 200 milligrams of caffeine. This means you could enjoy 3 cups of green tea and still consume less caffeine than in 1 strong cup of coffee. This makes it a much gentler choice for those who are sensitive to caffeine's effects. As I sat and sipped my tea, I reflected on this difference. The energy I felt was not a jolt, but a gradual and smooth increase in focus and clarity. I felt alert and awake, but also calm and centered. There was no restlessness or racing heart, just a clean, focused energy that felt very sustainable. The lesson of day 6 was about making smarter, more beneficial choices even in our small daily habits. Switching from a high-caffeine, high-acidity drink like coffee to a high-antioxidant, calming beverage like green tea is a simple upgrade with a multitude of health benefits. It showed me that the Centenarian way is not about deprivation, but about choosing options that nourish and support the body's natural systems. This gentle, powerful drink was the perfect addition to a morning routine designed for longevity, proving that sometimes the quietest habits can have the most profound impact on our health. We have now arrived at day 7, the final day of my anti-aging experiment. This morning was not about adding a new habit, but about integration and reflection. It was about experiencing the entire Centenarian morning routine as a complete, harmonious whole and observing the cumulative impact it had on my physical and mental state. I began, as I had all week, with my warm glass of lemon water, a practice that now felt as essential as brushing my teeth. I followed it with my 10 minutes of gentle stretching, and my body moved with more ease and less stiffness than it had on day 1. It was as if my joints were thanking me for the consistent, gentle attention. Then came my breakfast. The bowl of oatmeal, rich with berries, walnuts, and cinnamon. I ate it slowly, enjoying the flavors and textures, knowing I was providing my body with high-quality, long-lasting fuel. With my breakfast, I took my vitamin D and omega-3 supplements, feeling confident that I was filling any potential nutritional gaps. After my meal, I sat down for my 15 minutes of quiet time. First, a few minutes of mindful breathing by the window, which now felt like a mini vacation for my mind. This was followed by sipping my cup of green tea, appreciating its gentle warmth and calming energy. I then performed my purposeful chore, which today was tidying and organizing a bookshelf, a simple act that brought a sense of order and accomplishment. Finally, I made a quick call to a friend, starting my workday with a dose of positive social connection. As I went about the rest of my day, I took some time to reflect on the entire week. The most significant change I noticed was the quality of my energy. It was not the spiky up and down energy fueled by sugar and caffeine that I had often experienced before. Instead, it was a smooth, stable, and resilient energy that lasted throughout the day. My mood was also noticeably improved. The combination of mindfulness, connection, and purposeful activity created a strong sense of calm and well-being. I felt less reactive to daily stresses and more grounded in my responses. Physically, I felt lighter and more flexible. The morning stiffness that I had accepted as a normal part of life had significantly diminished. My digestion also felt more regular and comfortable, a likely result of the better hydration and high-fiber diet. But the biggest lesson from this 7-day experiment was this: the secret to a long and healthy life is not found in one single magic bullet. It is not about one superfood, one type of exercise, or one special supplement. The incredible power of the Centenarian lifestyle lies in the consistent practice of many small, simple, and interconnected habits. Each habit supports the others. The hydration helps the body prepare for movement. The movement helps improve digestion of the nourishing breakfast. The healthy breakfast provides the fuel for a clear mind during meditation. The calm mind allows for more meaningful social connections. It is a beautiful, self-reinforcing cycle of well-being. This experiment taught me that creating a healthy morning does not have to be complicated or punishing. It is about being gentle with yourself, nourishing your body with real food, calming your mind, moving your body with kindness, and staying connected to others and to your purpose. These are not revolutionary ideas, but they are profoundly effective when practiced with consistency. This week has truly changed my perspective on what it means to age well. It is not about fighting against aging, but about embracing a lifestyle that supports vitality at every stage of life. I truly hope you enjoyed following along with my 1-week experiment into the world of centenarian mornings. The lessons I have learned have been invaluable, and I plan to continue incorporating many of these habits into my daily life. It has shown me that small, deliberate changes can lead to a profound difference in how we feel every single day. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. If you found this video helpful or interesting, please consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on future content designed to help you live a healthier and more vibrant life. Remember, the information shared here is based on extensive research and personal experience in helping people with their lifestyle and dietary choices. It is for educational purposes only. I am not a medical doctor, and this information is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition.